with me, y'all? All my people around the globe. It's about time. Hey, let's do this.
And we are very excited, especially to welcome you to the drama department. Drama is one of our key courses. I'd like to welcome you, sir, for the main topic of your here. On behalf of my humble self and on the lecturer of the department and the head department, I want to heartily welcome you to this department.
Process. So definitely, I'm looking forward to you guys being nice to me. You guys can ask questions. When I was approached by the university after I released the Heroes album, I was very excited. It was a great thing, you know. It's monumental, it's historic, it's the first of its kind. I don't think any artists in Africa have done this. You know, that's what Sierra Leoneans are. We set trends, right? If you're a true Sierra Leonean, clap for yourself. You know? All the music that's coming out from my contemporaries, it's music that's just talking about Louis Jolie. Nobody's dedicating their families. Nobody's taking the bull by the arm, talking about our history. And I would like to quote a great philosopher, somebody that I follow incredibly by the name of Marcus Garvey. Yes. DENERO, I'm married in this story. I consider myself to be a liberal. Most people in this room will wonder. They know my roots. They know where I was born. I was born in the Potuaka district, Lungate to be exact. Yes. Africa was called Ethiopia before we had the name Africa. We had great empires there. I think we had the Songhai Empire first. The Songhai Empire was ruled by different kings. We had our own trading system. We had our own culture, our own tradition. Everything was in place, comfortably African. You had the Songhai Empire, then you had the Mali Empire. The Mali Empire, you can trace it back to places like the Timbuktu in present-day Mali, where education was very strong and immense. We had rulers like Mansa Kanka, who was the richest and the wealthiest leader in the world at that time. In Egypt, you know, we had all these things. And the last empire was the Ghana Empire, of course. You know, kings and rulers were ruling this land before the Europeans came. Unfortunately, I think it was intentional as well for them not to keep records. They wanted to break the family lineage, the origin of you as a human being. So if you find out when the slaves were being taken, there was no trace where you came from. For my research, the only place in North America that you can find the trace of slavery and where like a particular ship came from is in South Carolina. If you go to South Carolina, there's a shore over there where you can definitely see the records of the slaves delivered over there and where they particularly came from. And guess what? Most of the slaves that went to South America came from Sierra Leone. But I believe there's still a chance. The chance started when we had leaders like Marcus Garvey in the Caribbean, when he started opening Africans in the diaspora, their foresight in their minds on coming back to Africa, connecting the diaspora Africans to the motherland. You know, and from Marcus Garvey, he inspired all the great leaders who actually passed their message on through music. People like Bob Marley and the Wailers. You know, most people when they mention Bob Marley, they say, oh, that's Jamba Spoka. But they really don't do the research about what kind of person he was. Started creating borders. This is Guinea, this is Liberia, this is Sierra Leone, this is Nigeria. And now, you started having situations where we start to pledge our loyalty to language and our colonial masters. The French African doesn't see himself as the British African. The British African doesn't see himself as equal as the French African. You know, we are so divided with tribes, we are so divided with borders, we are so divided with language. You know, that is a problem. It has been a problem from inception, it's still a problem to this day. You know, but we had leaders in the 60s who stood up.